Here's a hearty welcome, big and warm enough to encompass us you all. I am Mark Vincent Moya. Before I deliver my speech, you may be wondering about my theme. Well, I wanted something new to share my insight on such a matter. For some, this may be a trivial theme, but for me, it's a subject that will keep you wondering for answer. I don't intend to frighten or overwhelm you, but my purpose is to give knowledge. Therefore, to cut short of my dawdling, listen to what my mind is thinking. And afterwards, perhaps your curiosity may be awakened in this brand new discussion. Will you be spoke when I say death? Yes, death is what I'm talking about at this moment. Generally, death is the event of dying or departure from life. It could also be defined as the permanent end of all life function in an organism, the absence of life, or the time when something ends. However, Plato, a philosopher, views the death this way. He said, "Is this something that the separation of the soul from the body? It died when the body is separated from the soul, remains alone, apart with himself, and when the soul separate from the body, let alone, apart with itself." He simply believed that when we die, our body and soul will be completely apart. Furthermore, the body is considered dead when separated from our soul. The Bible, however, says differently. Scripture teaches that while our present physical bodies will decompose, our soul will live forever, either in God's presence or eternally separated from Him. In another perspective, according to the teaching of the Church, death is a consequence of Adam's sin, as declared by St. Paul. Sin entered the world through one man, and through sin, death. It can be seen at Romans 5:12. In the case of those justified by grace, death loses in penal character and becomes a mere consequence of death. All human beings, therefore, are subject to the so-called death. Apparently, I surmise that death is a temporary sleep of our soul. Our body may decay, but our soul still lives on waiting to be resurrected. Some believe that once we die, we simply cease to exist. They assert that human consciousness arises gradually as the brain develops and will either slowly deteriorate or simply cease. Whether we go to heaven or not, when we die, that we cannot decide. Consequently, it's just a matter of faith and belief. We cannot dictate to each other what we believe about death, as long as we live. Therefore, we cannot justify our understanding of death. As I've said a while ago, I don't intend to frighten you. I simply want to present knowledge and probably give a piece or two of what we expect in this phenomenon. This may not suffice our question on death. Moreover, I may have provided the utmost truthful answer if I could die and rise from the dead to share what I've learned on the other side. But facing the reality, it's nearly impossible to happen. Besides, best not to feel frightened or deny our nature to die. Nevertheless, death is what makes us human. That would be all. Thank you.